It's one of the strangest games I've ever seen. And it all comes out of no one stopping. That's the big thing. This happened because nobody stopped and just waited. Everyone just filtered in. Everyone just said, well, he's charging in, so I'm going to charge him. Well, he's charging in, so I'm going to go in. Well, he just used this, so I'm going to use this. At some point, you've just got to stop and go, yeah, we need to stop using this. Like, we need to just save resources. This is a lost fight. Back off. Regroup. Let's push high ground. Let's try that because we've tried front push a million times. And yeah. I got gold damage and kills. That's nice, Ares. You're playing Soldier 76. That's your job. I think he's trying to say that in his defense of, like, you know, I won't play support because I got gold damage and kills, which is kind of moot because you're playing Soldier 76, lad. It's not... You kind of should have had gold damage, and especially gold kills. Maybe not gold damage because you got a Roadhog and a Diva. They could maybe steal it away from you, but yeah, you should have gold kills. And we have like meta comp. I mean, we could have had a Diva instead. That would have been super meta, but holy shit. This is suddenly good to go. And then I want this framed. Like, try and get a good freeze frame on this. How encoding works. Let me just edit the scene. No, not that one, not that one. Let's get this one. I just want that framed. I love that statement. I do love that statement so much. Position size, fit screen. There we go. Ana is gay and useless. No, Tracer is gay and both of them are useful. They're correct. What starts now is something that I want to talk about. Because Sacred Heal here falls into a trap where he starts arguing with someone who I think by the end of it is just clearly trolling and baiting. If someone says this hero is trash and you don't think so, and especially like if it's Ana, if they say Ana is trash in the current meta, you say, no, she isn't. If they keep saying it, you go, okay then, and then you just keep playing and ignore them. You don't engage. And you'll see the Sacred Heal guy go nuts. Now, something interesting also happens right now, which is one of them leaves. What does our Troll Lord, Troll Master, Depat decide to do? Depat decides to make it fair, and you guys play a 5 versus 5. I'm not kidding, by the way. The Depat guy starts running around in spawn, and now the game becomes 5 versus 5, so it is even. If this didn't happen, I would have said, you know, it's a great first half, and it illustrates a great point. I'm not going to coach the second half. Because it's now even, I'm going to coach the second half. Now you can see this is Depat. This should not happen, by the way. This should not be allowed, ever. This hurt me to see. But we are now in a 5 versus 5 situation where Reinhardt gets the charge in. This charge, by the way, this happens all the time. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about the actual defense, okay? We're in the correct position. Our job here is to make sure that they cannot freely and easily push through. If they do start pushing through, we can punish them. And the way we do that is we try and basically suck them in. We try and suck them in. Suck them in. That's all we're looking to do. And we do that by, as they start advancing forward, we start edging back a little bit. And because Zarya is here, we're also in a bit of a difficult position. We just want to keep stepping back a little bit. And we want to pull that Reinhardt to about here where he can't dodge anymore. And then we can start taking a free swing at him. We can start doing stuff. This tilted me seeing this. I would have just shot the second... like the second he did this, I would have fire striked. It means that whenever he comes out on the other side, he's going to be low on health. He's going to lose 100 hit points immediately. Soldier 76 should have just slammed him. This should not be allowed to happen. He's not being protected. He's just stood there. This should be a free kill. Soldier 76 has failed. Everyone's failed. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. If you were playing the Reaper, see how low this barrier is? Like, if you're that Reaper... and just give you advice on the enemy team. Reaper does not have to be a backline flanker. Reaper does not have to go into the backline. One of the biggest misconceptions about Reaper in the beta, and I helped spread this. This is partially my fucking fault, and I'll own up to it forever. Reaper is not backline harass anymore. Reaper is frontline murder deathball machine. Because if Reaper just stood there and slamming into this barrier, this goes down in 2 seconds flat. Reaper then kills you. Reaper kills Soldier 76. Reaper kills everything. He doesn't need to do this. He should just die for doing that. With this charge... we basically end up charging straight here. The way to catch this charge and punish this charge is to not panic, because he's always going to end up tucked in here, and honestly, you want to just edge towards him and wait a couple of seconds, because either he will run towards the middle, in which case you just charge, is when he's in the middle, you're more likely to pin him, or if he stays in that corner, you fire strike, start swinging, and then start worrying about the stuff coming behind him, and let everyone else deal with this. Let Soldier 76 deal with this. The reason why is because he cannot charge now. His charge is on cooldown. We can actually leave him there. He's not protecting anything. So the Mercy coming in behind him, the Soldier 76 coming in behind him, so the Mercy, Soldier 76, the Junkrat I think as well, should be following him up. They are unprotected. If our team is protected against them, we should have some easy kills. Should have some easy kills is the theory. Unfortunately, we have like Soldier, Anna, you, Lucio, and something. Can't remember.
Oh, fuck.
Otherwise, we get stuck in this. When this situation happens, by the way, one minor thing I will really want to highlight. When you turn around and see this site where, you know, this big burly bastard is coming at you, you don't want to be stepping this way. You want to be stepping back this way. And the reason why is you want to just secure the health pack from him. Let's say, you know, you're both on equal health. As long as you're swinging into each other, if you pick up the health pack and he can't, you win instantly. Their Mercy, their Mercy has to follow in, and because he picks up the health pack, we're actually in a lot of trouble now. It's only by virtue of, you know, the fat man himself, Rodol, coming in, that we can actually win this. He blows an ult. He wastes that ult. He does not need to use that there. And he dies for it. Okay, we're low on health. There's a Lucio out here. We don't need to wait here. And we have 2,000 hit points of barrier. We don't actually have to stop and wait here. We could just step out here, bring our barrier up, and then start bunny hopping over. So remember, you can bunny hop with Reinhardt. Every time you jump, bring the barrier up. You keep your momentum, push out. Zarya, no. Zarya's gone AFK. Zarya's out. This is 5-on-5 Overwatch. How that changes the game, impossible to say. It's a Roadhog, by the way. And we're just swinging. Good. We want to catch the diva as she comes out. She jumped. Like, she came out, she got knocked back towards us, but it's fine. I think we still clipped her. She should die. There we go. Good. This is a dead man. Notice that it's just alone. Like, this is dead. The fact that he charges, we want to just counter-charge that to punish. Excellent. Excellent. And even in this situation, like, let's say their Reinhardt had his entire team behind him, just hypothetically. We still countercharge that. And we do that because our Anna's right here. She's just put a heal grenade on us. Our team is literally stood surrounding this guy. Their team is, you know, could be back here, for example. There's no way that they're going to be shooting us reliably as well as we are going to be shooting them. Their Reinhardt will not survive this stun. There's a good chance we will. As such, we can get an easy kill on their Reinhardt. Stand back up. Bring our barrier up if we need to. We don't really need to. We do now because Junkrat's here, so we're going to block off that damage. Ignore the Reaper. We don't have to deal with this. We can't deal with this. This has gone like past us, and because we've turned, we've just been sideswiped by the Junkrat. Junkrat is actually a bigger source of damage here. We need to be dealing with Junkrat. Soldier needs to be dealing with the Reaper. Because we can sort of section off the damage sources now. We could split their team, even though their team, you know, technically isn't split. By just putting a barrier here, suddenly it's like 4 versus 1. And this guy is just not involved in the fight. And if he tries to walk through, then we just start swinging at him, and we win. He can't beat us. So we can just leave that Reaper. We don't actually need to chase that. And then, good, protect this guy. Just keep him alive. Mercy, it's going to be stuck. Let's just reset. There we go. Meanwhile, Sacred Heal is still having an argument about whether Anna is good or not. This is going to persist through the entire game. Guys, when you're playing a game of competitive Overwatch, if someone disagrees with you with something, you can try and persuade them. Maybe if you're in voice comms, and just say, yeah, well, I think this. And they go, no, it isn't. And then you just go, okay, fine. And then you put it out of your mind and you focus on the game. Good hook by him. Wouldn't have been a bad idea to Earthshadow, and you do go for it. The big thing. Earthshadow has about a 1 second cast time. About 1 second. So when you see this hook go taut and you see this, that's when you already need to be Earthshadowing. Because by the time it comes down, the enemy Reinhardt will be here and you would have caught 2 targets. Honestly, I'm fine with the use of Earthshadow right here. Because it delays their push another 10 seconds, because you will, like, you've got a Roadhog overlooking him, you will kill this Reinhardt. Even if he doesn't shoot, you will have a free charge on him, and you might be able to get rid of the Diva mech. You might force him to blow the res. This is actually a good use of Earthshadow, because you've got a big opportunity here. When this happens, it's too late. And that's kind of unfortunate, but I think that's just like a knowledge gap, and hopefully that plugs that knowledge gap. Lucio goes crazy. And by the way, actually one thing I do want to comment on before I continue here. When you whiff the Earth Shatter, like the second you see that his barriers come up, and you can sort of see this during the cast time. So, and we Earth Shatter. When you see this happen, your brain should already be kind of registering, okay, that didn't work. When an Earth Shatter whiffs, the enemy Reinhardt, and you see this happen, you'll hear Ryan, if you talk to Ryan from Overwatch Central, you see him comment about this, and if Ryan's here, he'll back me up on this. When an enemy Reinhardt whiffs the Earth Shatter, most commonly, the other Reinhardt will Earth Shatter back. It's a common thing of like, well, yours missed, I'm going to do mine now. Be holding down right mouse button already, because that will just bring it up instantly. If he tries it, he doesn't get it. And so then you're both on even footing. Because he's going to be looking for it. Then we get a Lucio ult. We are correct in holding this up. We are absolutely correct in holding this up. Even though he used it, like, I mean, the last time we saw the Reinhardt use it was probably a couple of minutes ago. So there is a chance, it's a low chance, but there is a chance that he has it. It's a very low chance. Actually, he won't have it. We've been really paying attention, but we probably haven't been really paying attention, so I'm fine with keeping our barrier up. Now we want to be going on the offensive. When your barrier breaks... Okay, so barrier's going down, barrier's broken. Now is when I will be looking for a charge. Because that puts the enemy Reinhardt in a bit of an awkward position where, let's say he does have Earth Shatter. Let's say he didn't blow his Earth Shatter earlier against us in the tunnel over here. So then he's pretty much guaranteed he has it.
Thanks, love.
Hey, Metabrit. Hey, Metabrit. I'm sure you've been a sub for longer than that. I'm pretty sure you've been a sub before. Still, it's good to have you with us. It's good to have you with the many. Make sure you're talking to Artie about getting the 6-stack thing arranged. Try and figure out a good time. I know the Overwatch Central 6-stack hasn't been sort of playing together so much, so you guys go practice. Because what we can do with it is then me and Ryan can sit, we can cast your games, you can talk about your games, have a good time. It should be fun. We could put that on YouTube as well. If there's a big demand on that on YouTube as well, that should be fun. Anyway. This is when I'll be looking for a charge, because you could probably catch the Diva with it, even if the enemy Reinhardt countercharges you. But let's say he does have Earth Shatter. At the distance we were at 1 second ago, I'm pretty sure there's a button to go back a second. Do this, no, whatever.
Baby.
There we go.
Double sub because my Twitch is broken. Hi YouTube.
There you go. See, I knew you were a part of the menu. I remember this kind of stuff. So yeah, when our barrier breaks, I use that as a cue to charge here. Because if he tries to Earth Shatter, the charge will catch him before his Earth Shatter goes off. In theory. It might just catch the Diva instead, but it'll probably launch him into the air where Earth Shatter will just go crazy anyway, and not really find a good target. So that's when I'd be charging there. There's also just nothing really behind them that can punish us. We don't end up in too bad a position, and it's not like we can protect anyone anyway anymore. So that's when we charge. Barrier getting destroyed is a good signal to go on the offensive and start dealing damage. Instead, we start pulling back, and then the charge comes in an awkward place. We don't have a barrier. Perfectly fine with us running away. Sends a clear signal. The Reinhardt charges us. We're okay. We've got anti-heal grenade on. We actually could have probably gotten away with counter-charging that. And let me talk about, like, charge, counter-charge. What happens here? Because you notice that we step to the left. Am I okay with stepping to the left here? Yeah, I'm okay with stepping to the left here, actually. Like, the follow-up damage from the Junkrat is definitely coming through. So this is actually a good step to the left. But I want to talk about this in general. When you charge an enemy Reinhardt, okay, you're going to deal 300 damage. And they're going to be left on like 200. Maybe they could be left on 205 due to how armor works, but whatever. And so we charge through, and we charge into them. And then so you've charged an enemy Reinhardt. The enemy Reinhardt, the reaction you see most commonly is that the enemy Reinhardt will just charge back in. Charged on cooldown? Yes, it was. Good point. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out, Suma. Still, point still stands. Like, general point. So the common thing is the enemy Reinhardt's going to charge through. If you land a charge on enemy Reinhardt and you are the charger, step to the side. Because what that will mean is when he goes for the charge, you'll pretty much inevitably be just knocked in the air and bounced around, rather than caught in his counter charge. And then you can just turn around, fire strike him. He can just charge off into the distance. Someone else can shoot him in the back. All that kind of stuff. It'll make it very, very easy. Nice disco hat. I know it's beautiful, isn't it? It's because there's a lot of light coming off the screen. When you are being charged, what I like to do is try and aim towards one side, because I know that the enemy Reinhardt's going to do the sidestep. Like, the enemy Reinhardt is going to sidestep. Otherwise, I'll generally actually just not even bother charging sometimes, and especially in this instance, when we got a heal grenade on us, There's Anna around, there's Lucio around. We're going to get picked up really nice and cleanly. Their Reinhardt's ended up in a really bad location. We could actually just keep swinging here and get the kill. Roadhog's right there. Roadhog kills him for us, which is great. Yeah, this thing on Hanamura, right here, this, you can't climb this. Just always keep that in mind. Never try. Never try to climb this. Never try this. You can hear the frustration in his voice. Learn that very painfully. You can't climb that. Anyway, let's block some of this damage. He was running in. My thought right now, and you can see people asking, and by the way, if you are confused and aren't quite sure, yes, Dipate has stopped playing and is running around in spawn half AFK to make it fair. Although I wouldn't coach a 5 versus 6 otherwise, just because it throws everything off scale. A 5 versus 5 shouldn't change much in theory, hopefully. The enemy team is trickling in like crazy, however. My thought right now is we want to get Roadhog closer. So, good, that's what we do. Roadhog lands the hook. Once this comes in, I will be going for a charge. And again, we just want to be doing it a touch earlier. When we see the hook go taut, 1 second cast time on the ability, and then we want to be aiming for here because you'll probably hit this. Instead of, like, for some reason we come this way, we don't need to come this way. And Sacred Heal is still talking to it. Anyway, we're doing fine here. Like, the rest of the team can deal with everything else. We can just make sure that this isn't easy. The Reinhardt starts advancing. When the Reinhardt gets here, that's when we want to charge. We wait a touch too long. We want to swing. And you see that step? Like, that's the step. Beautifully done. His instant reaction is to counter charge. We step to one side. He launches us back. We're back in safety. Isn't that nice? And again, I am actually absolutely fine with that charge. What I would have done is, if we didn't get knocked up, I would have just put the barrier up and then just start moving back and just bunny hopped my way out of there. You might have died in the process. Maybe. But you would have slowed down the push enough so that D.Va could die, and so the other 4 people on the team, or 5 people in theory, could have come back and just secure the front line. They won't have their D.Va. And their Reinhardt will be low. They'll have to be recovering. Fine. And then their Reaper runs in front of the Reinhardt barrier and dies. As if you need more lessons not to run in front of Reinhardt barriers. Good blocking damage. Roadhog can't heal himself right now. Reinhardt's going to whiff his charge. We don't want to charge this now. We want to... Oh! That goes through the barrier. I'll actually explain how that works in a second as well. Yeah, we want to be just blocking damage here. Like, this is good. This is when you're being the wall. The way this works is because Reinhardt's Shatter, basically you can work it out as like a thing here of like the source, and it actually starts out behind him. So you've got to draw like a triangle behind Reinhardt, like a triangle shape, okay? Reinhardt can actually hit things stood right behind him with our Shatter. And it will go through here. When you get to about this distance, as long as the hammer goes through the barrier, it will go through. So you actually don't have to get like fully in Reinhardt's face. You can be just a touch away. Goes through. He gets caught by it, but there Reinhardt ends up in a really bad position. We almost grab the charge. Fire in the hole. We know that's coming around the corner. Fire strike here. Fire strike one shot to Riptire. Beautiful. Correct. Lovely. I love it. It's good stuff. Reaper's being annoying. A barrier's almost down. Let's drop it. Just take a couple of swings. Unfortunately, it gets shattered. And when your barrier gets this low, I would have dropped it now. Because you soak a grenade, which wouldn't make too much of a difference. But we might as well be swinging now anyway. Like, they've lost enough things. This guy won't explode instantly. We can afford to drop this and just have it available. Start it recharging earlier and get it back that much faster. Take a swing or two. Have our shatter ready. The big thing that I'm noticing, for example, is that we aren't quite monitoring our shield health enough to drop it before it shatters. We aren't quite monitoring our shatter enough as well to know exactly when it's going to be available. We have crazy Lucios who like breaking it down at random interesting times. I noticed that you say "oh shit" here. This is the least "oh shit" time in the world. Because what are they going to do, right? Their Reinhardt is dead. There's nothing that can stop you. And honestly, you are perfectly fine pulling back to here, letting your barrier regenerate, and if they push in through here, well then, they're all set up. They're just all perfectly in position for you to just drop the hammer on them. Like, this was a perfectly good position. Now that we're coming around here, killing, like, this is an okay Earth Shatter, but killing all of these guys is actually effort for your team. Like, they have to reposition to go and find them. Luckily, we can kind of do it ourselves anyway, which is good. We get rid of the Mercy at the very least. Reaper Wraith forms out, and we end up dying because of it. We could have just waited. No, we don't end up dying. Apparently, our team just kills everything. I spoke poorly, clearly. But yeah, we could have just held on and forced them to sort of pull in towards us. Again, we could suck them in, draw them towards you. And honestly, you'll be surprised, especially at these levels, how often teams will just run towards you if you're backing away as Reinhardt, and you're just setting them up to, you know, please
job,
come towards me, hammer down. Their Reinhardt's not there. Nothing can stop you. You'll catch everything. Even if D.Va flies off, the fact that you catch Reaper, Mercy, and Junkrat, what the fuck's D.Va gonna do? She's gonna feed you some ult charge in the back. It's you don't give a shit about D.Va. And then D.Va starts throwing. I'm gonna block this. Biggest source of damage. Block, 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 block. And then we died to that, but honestly, we did a good thing. That's fine. That's one of the sacrifices. Like, Reinhardts will die in many, many fights. You blocked as much as you could. You did your duty. Congratulations. Your medal is in the post. Now they're getting desperate, and now they have to push in as fast as they can. And suddenly it's a bit scary. Because Reaper's actually doing good. Reaper's killing stuff. He's got a Mercy with him. And this is where respawns become important. Because even though we had a couple of good fights, and we've been sort of winning the fights, we haven't been winning them well enough. Their respawn distance is so much nearer that they've reinforced quick enough, and now we've been a man down. We've just lost. It's okay, though. Honestly, I would be feeling okay. It took them the entire time to cap that point. We're okay. We're actually alright. We're not too bad. Yeah, good job, guys. Nah, you were playing well. You were doing your job as Reinhardt. Your team was actually still behind you this time. It was okay. We're fine staying on Reinhardt. We got an Earth Shatter. Honestly, like, the first thought, and especially at this level, I imagine this happens a lot, where you get teams just like running out and dying, or you get teams like running out towards this, and then the push will come in very quickly and you'll just lose instantly. Because we have this is our triage. This is our way of stopping the bleeding. These two guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. Never be these two people. If that point is gone, never, ever, ever. There's no reason to be here unless you are a Genji or a Tracer. We don't have either of those. And even if you are Genji and Tracer, it's probably not worth being right in their path when they're running. You want to be out this way or something trying to catch someone on the side. You don't want to be these two people. This is correct. We're just going to wait, try and lure them into the point. Again, people have been chatting non-stop through this game. Again, just ignore him. Put out your mind. There's no way that these two people can beat you. It's actually quite funny. The fact that these two just run in is hilarious to me because they actually lose this fight because you have Earth Shatter. Like, she's low. We honestly want to have the barrier up already. Again, we want to suck them in. We want to pull them in, and when he gets to about here, actually, we can afford to just come in this way a bit. Hey, Labata, I'll get to you in a second.
Thank you again for the sub-games yesterday. They were so much fun, less than 3, and I'm looking forward to the dress-owned.
Oh, God. I need to just get off this as well because I'm vanishing because there's so much light coming off my screen. Thank you so much for the donation, Labata. I'm glad you enjoyed yesterday. We'll probably make those like a bi-weekly thing, so every 2 weeks we'll do more sub-games. Should be fun. I had a blast yesterday as well. It was good fun. There will be no shame in us shattering this. When you are here, I would, instead of like wrapping around this way, step back because D.Va's probably not going to do anything. She's just going to be in front of you. Then drop the Earth Shatter, catch the Junkrat in it. You could have prevented the nerf this even. Kill him. Barrier up. Barrier don't come up. No, barriering up is pretty much instant. Like, I'd say this swing is a bit greedy, but if you are good enough, and you understand that the swing would have just killed him, bringing the barrier up and turning instantly would have saved you. Luckily, people are respawning now, and for some reason now they're defending the point, and now the enemy team is also starting to arrive because...
Can you guys stop arguing? Because that's not going to make us better.
That's correct. But honestly, like, that would be all I would say. And I wouldn't even say it like that. I'd just say, guys, let's focus on retaking the point. And instead of, like, the negative, it's like giving them something to do. It's like, let's focus on the game, let's focus on retaking the point. rather than like the reprimand. It just gives them something positive to focus on, because that's something we should all be doing anyway. Reaper fires off an ultimate, interestingly. We want to just get on the point. Now we are in stall mode. We just want to stall. And the way we do that is we realize we don't have 500 hit points. We have 5,000. Oh, you can't see it. Let me get rid of myself so you can see it nice and clearly. Where am I? There I am. We have all this. We have 5,000. No, we have 500. 2,500. There was dyslexia. Dyscalcia. We have a boatload of fucking hit points, is the point I'm trying to make. That was the wrong button. We can protect this for absolutely ages. The fact that the Reinhardt died there is actually a little bit irrelevant, a bit misleading. Because we could just put a barrier up, make sure Anna's alive. If Reaper tries to tuck around us, then we kill him. But otherwise, Soldier 76 is just shooting this guy. This guy was already dead. Soldier's killing him. Soldier's got him. We barrier up here. Soldier's just going to kill these two targets. In theory. Don't know why we're spinning around. Again, we should just barrier up because we have 2,000 hit points on the point that's being contested that they cannot take. And with an Anna healing us, this girl cannot kill us. She's a free kill. Good. Junkrat's coming in too little too late. No reason for us to chase that. We leave that to someone else. Hey, Zarya's back. Zarya's going to go deal with it. And then...
What was that ult for?
And then Lucio... Oh no, Zarya's just going to throw herself off a cliff. Sorry, I thought she was going to be useful. Honestly, we don't care about the Junkrat. Junkrat ain't our problem. We say, we might point out to the team, like we might go on voice comms and say, hey guys, Junkrat on balcony. Rodok, go kill him. Like, because as Reinhardt, we want to be protecting the team, and honestly, we want to be setting up here. Because that's where Soldier 76 is, and as long as Soldier 76 is there with the barrier in front of us, and like Roadhog or Lucio or Anna, Roadhog in particular, Roadhog can just stay down here and protect down here and be flexible, be mobile. As Reinhardt, we can hold up here, and when they're trying to kill Roadhog on the point, he's being healed by Anna and Lucio, that Soldier 76 is going to kill all of them. Like, this isn't doing anything. This is not scary at all. And honestly, no one would be even down here. Okay, they're pushing up mid. Now we're okay-ish, like being here. Reaper's just completely telegraphed that he's trying to do something stupid. Thing is, he's just used Death Blossom as well, so I have no freaking idea what that was. That was, please kill me, I'm an idiot. If you're playing Reaper, do not Wraith form in when there is a better way in, which is just following the goddamn Reinhardt. I just, don't know what the plan was there for him. I'm going to go in on my own and kill everything? No! No! Okay, that said, Reinhardt's got on the point. We want to be sucking them in. Bring them in. Suck them in. Pull them into the point. This is honestly like where we want to be. Because if they start pushing forward, we can catch them. Honestly, actually, we probably want to be more here. To be completely honest. We want to be in front of the Soldier 76. And if Reaper tries running past us, then okay, we just twat Reaper around their head. If Mercy and Reaper start running in, then we can shatter them both. But honestly, like the fact that that res came out is already too little too late. Like, that's just a waste of a resurrect, especially if Reinhardt's not dead and Junkrat's just not doing anything. Like, is anyone scared of Junkrat right now? I'm not. Junkrat's just died anyway. So the res comes out, and honestly, this push is kind of already over. We're just saving resources now. If we can get the barrier up in front of everyone, Reaper can't do anything anymore. Diva's not really going to be that threatening, and the fact that Soldier fires off sights is just excessive. We do definitely want to protect the Soldier, though. Diva stood behind us here. It takes Diva a long time to kill us, and especially as like, watch our health bar. Are you watching the health bar? Are you watching this? Notice how it ain't moving. Notice how it never drops under 450. Like, even with a Diva shooting us at us, so we're low, we're low, we're low, we're low. Heal grenade comes through. We never drop. Even though Diva stood right behind us, we barely lose any hit points. That's because the heal grenade is going to keep us up. This is not threatening. This is. We want to make sure that he's still alive. So that 76 is still alive, not him. That's Lucio. Lucio ain't going to die. 76 is still alive. 76 is safe, and then he just cleans up everything. So again, it's just finding like the mini priorities and knowing kind of what you can take. When you have a heal grenade on you, Diva is not scary. Even Reaper's a little bit less than scary. Like, it will take him way more. It'll take him a lot to kill you. I'm still in a really good place. I'm perfectly fine with clearing this out. I'll skip over the embarrassing miss of the fire strike where you hit the wall. I won't even mention that.
Guys, stop typing.
It happens to everyone. Don't worry about it. This is stupid. There's literally nothing more I could say about that. Honestly, she should have been hooked. Like, this should have been hooked and killed instantly. And honestly, when she crossed this line, I would have been tempted to go for a charge that ended here. So I'm actually thinking, in terms of my charges, I'm thinking about where they end. That's one thing that you should always be thinking of. It's something that I highlighted to Ryan, which is think about where your charges end. Still very, very true. Still absolutely true here. And if we're going to go for a charge, we want to make sure that we're hitting one of these two little pillars, or we're hitting this wall here. That way we're still on the point. We can still reposition back to the point quickly, because if you miss anywhere else, you're going all the way over here, all the way down here, and you're in the pit, so you have to walk all the way back up. Don't do that. This should have died way, way earlier, though, because this is suicide. Roadhog and you should have just killed this instantly. This is a free charge. Unfortunate, but just turn. They're pushing in. Suck this in. If that starts coming forward... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Unfortunately, we lose track of the Reinhardt. Honestly, that makes sense. I should have pointed that out. Like, we haven't seen Earthshatter in a while, so it does make sense that he has it here. And he does get a good one. That is a good combo. Like, the Earthshatter and this is a good combo. You are looking good. Like, that's a very, very good combo. Or just, like, one of these two is a good combo. This is all a bit excessive. And now it's feeling scary. But luckily, don't worry. We have Reinhardt. We have the savior of the points. Yeah, we are the savior of the point. As long as people are stalling, and it looks like people are stalling, we just want to get out there, fire in the hole, don't really give a shit. Why their Reinhardt is facing this way when an Earthshadow has just swung so much, I don't know. Reinhardt is busy stopping damage from Ana? Is that Ana? I think that's Ana. Oh no, the Ana can't do anything and the Ana's already put someone to sleep. Like... Can you guess what happens next? Good, you have a functioning brain. Unfortunately, a little bit too late. But good, like, correct decision anyway. The second you see this is just when, don't be afraid to Earthshatter right here, because it will travel down and it will hit this, 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 and even this. And as long as you're catching these three, catching the Reinhardt's kind of irrelevant. We definitely want to be catching this, and we definitely want to be catching this. These are the big two things, because you're getting rid of the damage source, you're getting rid of the support. Removes the threat of the res. Unfortunately, you managed to turn around. Reaper managed to tuck in, but hey, we got the Mercy. No, we didn't quite get the Mercy. That really sucks that we didn't get the Mercy. I'm so sure we did. I think we just got a bit greedy there. Again, fuck the Reinhardt. We don't care about the Reinhardt. We definitely want to be trying to... a bit more centered. And you probably would have got it. We did get the Reaper, however, somehow. So there's a big damage source loss. We got Boostio! Boostio's on the point. He's on the scene. Honestly, Boostio's not too bad at stalling. He's very hard to remove. You know, Depat is still having a chat because he doesn't have much else to do. And I think I will comment on Depat's behavior afterwards. And again, we're in stall mode. Like, we just want to stall. We don't actually... Well, like, this is really greedy. What I would have done and what you see high-level players do is you just drop here and you put your barrier up. And you just stand in the corner, because that forces them to run into you, and then if they do run to you, then you start swinging. But you are just buying time for people to respawn and come back, because your reinforced distance is so much shorter. The longer the fight goes, the better it is for you. Because any death, like if people trade 1 for 1, that is better for you, because they will be back within 10 seconds, the enemy team will be back in like 20. And so you will just win by attrition. There we go. Once we get knocked back off, let's get back on it, because Jesus Christ, it's close. When you see it get this close, never, ever leave the point and be on complete stall mode. The reason why is, like right now, no one's on the point. No one else is on the point. So if you go off it, they just win instantly. If you die, they win instantly. We got to make sure that someone else is on this point straight away. And this, like, literally when I was watching this, I was just going, no. I have no idea how they did not win right now. This, technically, to me, seems like a victory. The fact that we just barely stayed inside it. We want to be bringing our barrier back up, because D.Va can kill us faster than anything else. And we are basically dead here, but we are doing our duty. And then Ana saves it. Ana saves it! Good stalling. Soldier managed to get that literally on a knife edge. Ana just saved this game. Made it into, well, made it possible. Because holy shit. Holy shit. Close. Very close. Very, very close. We just want to get back into it. Luckily, Soldier's back now. Now we have 3 people on the point. They only have 2. They're reinforcing slower. Even though Junkrat's coming back in, we are now there. We want to stay on the point. Don't do this. Like, Soldier's knocked off it. It's very possible that Roadhog got blasted off it. Very possible that you get charged off it and everyone suddenly left the point. Like, it's very, very possible, and I've seen it happen, where something like this happens, and just everyone just leaves the point, because everyone thinks, oh, well, someone else is still on it. Don't do those charges. And you can hear, don't get on point. Yeah. Never leave the point in that instance. Don't take a charge unless you know it's going to hit like this, or, you know, the back wall. Never leave the point. Otherwise, like, in the email, and now, by the way, Twitch chat is a good time to start asking questions. We'll bring you into it when Play the Game comes up. But just before we get Play the Game actually rolling out,
I'm back, baby.
hey, Mr. Arty.
3-month badge. Hype.
Oh, hype. Beautiful. I noticed you saying in your email that, you know, this game is an example of a win where I have no idea what I'm doing. There's no, I desperately try to be the wall. I just kind of keep dying. Any tips would be greatly appreciated. In that game, being the wall is incredibly hard. Just because they are not in, like, your team is not standing behind you. When they are, that's when you want to be the wall. That's when you want to think about, okay, where's the damage coming from? Junkrat, very good target to block. You're stopping all this damage coming through. He's not going to do anything. Diva's sort of a lower priority unless she's getting right in people's faces, that kind of stuff. But otherwise, like, there's a lot of ways of just, you know, being the wall. In games like this, I would honestly say, and this sounds very strange for a Reinhardt coaching the many. The chat is very hesitant. I know. That's why I literally blocked out my mind. I'm not even looking at it. In this instance, I would actually say you might have been better served swapping to Winston or swapping to Diva, swapping to Zarya. And it sounds weird to say that in a coaching the many situation, you know, because I'm trying to give you advice on Reinhardt, and I'm saying, well, my advice here is you swap hero. But this was a good instance of a team that just isn't grouping together and isn't going to be functioning together as a unit, as a cohesive unit, especially on the offensive where we just had trickling in over and over again. And if people, like, if you do say, yeah, guys, group up with me, and you wait, and then people don't do it, there is no point to be playing Reinhardt. Because any advantage that Reinhardt gives you is just gone. That's when you think, you know, when you think, okay, well, what's a tank that's good at dealing with people who are in different attack angles or in different places? Well, Zarya is very good at doing that. Winston can get into their backline, dive them, isolate them, get some damage out, all that kind of stuff. You can do a lot of different things with that. So I'd say this was an instance where, like, being the wall can't really work because you don't have a team to be the wall for. On the second point, like, you were doing the right thing. You actually stayed on the point at times when no one else was, and that's when what you need to be doing as Reinhardt. If no one else is there, then you stay on the point. Otherwise, you leave it to Roadhog, you leave it to Diva, the more mobile tanks, the more flexible tanks, the more individual tanks who can stay on the point, and you will do something like secure the high ground and be the wall for the Soldier 76, so he can just sit back, you know, put his feet up and blast out all day, every day. Otherwise, you've got playing the match, Rave Gear on the Diva. Let's see what he can do here. He's laying out the damage here, trying to find all the height he can. Almost getting blown up by the Reinhardt at the moment. Trying to get everyone into the corner. Everyone is in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Ursula comes down, catches everyone. Nerf this is announced. Meanwhile, Reaper scooping up kills. Bomb goes off. Not quite sure why that's playing the game, but it is. I guess it's just not enough ones. Anyway. 25k damage blocked. That's honestly, like, 25k is about right. I'd say if you're, like, getting 30k, 35k, 40k damage blocked, 40k especially, it was either an insane game or you're actually putting the shield up too much. Like, this is about where you want to be. About 25k, 20 to 30k.